Having been in the software industry for a couple of decades, I have observed many of the jobs I once had over the years be significantly automated for efficiency. But I'm generally okay with that because some of that work wasn't very fun anyways. The lessons learned along the way are the real important part for me, that there is more value in the outcome than there is in the work needed to get there. Building automation is one of the most rewarding tasks that one can do, especially once you build an automation culture within a company and are able to lift the stigma that automation might be putting us out of work. My objective is focusing on freeing my colleagues from repetitive tasks to save them time and to improve their quality and productivity. Helping coworkers get time back has certainly helped me make a few new friends along the way. There are several factors I've used to justify whether or not an idea is appropriate for building automation for. How well defined is the process you're automating? Automation is best suited for stable systems with minimal variables. Trying to automate a system that is still under development is going to lead to more time spent on learning and reacting to changes. Is the functionality available through a vendor? It is important to understand the space in which you are innovating. Knowing what options are available could lead you to prefer an off-the-shelf solution. Also, if the topic is complicated enough to support vendors in this space, then building your own automation has the potential to produce an inferior result. If functionality is not currently available, is it on the roadmap? Knowing the timeline of how long before this function is widely available greatly impacts the value an idea might provide. And what's the value of getting it right versus the risk of getting it wrong? Liability is a huge consideration when building automation due to the potential for both positive and negative impacts. Our recruitment team had developed a set of messages to keep candidates informed and engaged at specific stages of the process. As the volume of recruitment increased, it became a challenge to keep up. All candidates ought to receive the same correspondence, and the best way to provide a consistent experience is with automation. We were able to find an endpoint that supported searching for user records modified in the past 24 hours, or insert your time frame here. And from that concept, we were able to automate the events associated with candidates entering specific stages. By looping over the results of recently modified records and leveraging a formula to build a unique ID, we can compare each current state to what we have stored in history. Once this foundation was established, the recruitment team no longer had to spend multiple hours a week to track and send these communications, and we were able to focus on improving the process in other ways. We added more events to the schedule to provide even more context for our candidates throughout the process. We developed branded HTML templates to improve the presentation of these messages and provide a more refined experience. When you build a process to operate in batch mode, you need the ability to identify unique events and to keep them in history to know what actions your automation has taken in the past. By defining a unique ID and keeping a history of events we process, we can ensure idempotency. This means we can run an automation as many times as we want and not have to worry if automation will be duplicating any of our efforts. This approach comes in very useful when automation requires a refactor or encounters an error and needs to be replayed. The internet is wrought with temporary issues that can cause automations to fail. By building a history and batch processing events on a regular schedule, we can also ensure that the next time automation runs, it will pick up any events it may have missed the last time due to a temporary issue. This built-in resilience helps me operate at scale by not being distracted every time a request encounters a timeout or temporary error from a third-party service. The value automation added was easy to see, but not always easy to measure. If we have to put a number to measure the value automation provides, there are a few things to measure. Time saved is a big one. If you add up the time it would have taken to achieve these goals manually over the lifetime, these automations, and compare what time we spent developing and maintaining them, the value of time saved is significant. When you combine the high volume of the recruitment use case with the highly personalized content we automated for our new hires, we can see returns above 99%. The number of automated events. Specific to the recruitment use case, we logged over 6,500 events to history in 2021, where automation took an action and recorded its activity to make sure it would only happen once. These daily tasks became a memory for our recruitment team. And the number of templates, what started out as a few emails grew into a set of content that covers a wide range of conditions and subjects. And we see more potential, so this will continue to grow.